Is this thing on? Are we on? Are we live? I think we are. Hi everyone. Yes, there's a kitten in back of me. For all of you who can pick up the noise of a very, very obnoxious cat. Welcome to session 11 of Age of Arcana. Hi everyone. Happy Friday. Are we Friday? Yeah, we're Friday. And we have another trio of players tonight, 2 returning, 1 brand new one. So let's start with those with the most experience. Just tell us who you are, who you'll be playing today. So we'll start with the person at the far end of the overlay, Mr. Quentin.
Yeah, I've been doing a whole lot of stuff wandering around this world, but today I'm playing Kawh, the bird man who I thought was going to die really quickly, but is still alive and gaining levels super quick. So he's learned a lot and he's doing stuff.
Cool. Up next, Pascal.
Pascal, I'll be playing Mukluk today, as my Marcus died pretty violently last time. And I heard about some fascinating thing happens when I was away. And we have a brand new player, which, well, I expect doesn't suffer too much pain.
We'll see about that. Speaking of new player who's about to maybe expect pain.
There's no pain.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff, K-Trap Maker on Twitter, and yeah, this is my first time here in Age of Arcana.
And who are you
At
playing?
least like. Oh, I'll be playing Professor Sylvester Evans. He's basically just, one of those old guys who like everything about magic. So let's see what happens.
Do you have a tweed jacket?
Or what?
A tweed jacket with like the elbow patches.
Oh yeah, probably.
Cool. So, as it has become tradition around here, y'all wake up late this very morning. Everybody else is gone. Everybody else is... Oh, hey, thank you for subbing, Quentin. Thanks.
I did it earlier today. You never thanked me for it.
You did a what?
I subbed earlier today. You didn't think. You
Well,
weren't live though.
I didn't see it. I can only acknowledge those I see, unfortunately. I don't have any object permanence. When the camera is off, everybody ceases to exist. That's my problem. Huh. If you're trying to start a country war or something, I mean, you're the minority right now.
I had to represent.
That being said, yeah, you guys are late to the kitchen, but as you come down this time, for the first time in 11 weeks, the entire starving bull smells of warm bacon.
I'm gonna go to One Eye Max, and I'm going to eat as much bacon as I can while there's sun.
He says, oh, hey, by all means, stuff your face out. This pork was going bad. So, go on.
I'm gonna eye him suspiciously, but I'll eat it.
Like, it's okay. Like, he probably overcooked it anyway. It's like extra crispy bacon. But yeah. Like, you're not gonna get sick or anything.
I'll just take the normal serving and say, all things in moderation, Mukluk.
Mukluk's not there. That's crispy.
No,
Oh.
it's Mukluk.
Oh, crap. Fuck.
Yep.
The names. I'm sorry. So we did
Got
have an
him.
issue. Ah, crap. My perfect record. There you go. I changed it so now I can call you by your proper names.
Nice.
And as Mukluk and Kawh, as you're having breakfast, you notice that there's a third figure sitting in a lone corner of the inn. probably also eating the bacon. What does the figure look like?
So he's an old man, with the kind of frizzy hair, some glasses, and old jacket. Probably reading a book, and enjoying some bacon as well. Really good bacon. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He has those what's the name? I forget the name.
Handlebar.
No,
Hmm?
like a small, like
Good.
a white beard with no pointed beard
Oh,
with the
like
mustache.
the
That's
KFC guy.
Professor in yeah, kind of, yeah.
I don't remember. It's not a Van Dyke, but I know what you're talking about. Twirly mustache and then
Yeah, exactly.
thin pinch thing.
That's it.
It's a KFC thing, a Colonel thing, whatever. Wow,
The
now I
professor,
have a
basically.
picture of like the KFC Colonel eating bacon in a medieval inn. Sure. So, One-Eyed Max, as you're eating and everything, says, "Yeah, this is a gift from one of your pal, Leo. He called himself. Said the farmhands got their hands on a wild boar. Brought it to me. I had to do away with a good section of it because it was already putrefied from the open wounds. But hey, it's the thought that counts."
I will have to thank Leo for that.
How many farmhands was Leo able to recruit?
He's got 5 of them, but 1 died already.
That went quick.
Interesting.
Tetanus from a poorly maintained farm implement. Guy stepped on a rake, and the teeth, they sank into the bottom of his foot. He got tetanus and died. Poor kid.
That's a sad way to go.
But not the worst way.
Yeah. I can imagine farmhand being blunt down by goblins.
Well, picture if he had been eaten by one of those creatures they said inhabit the swamps to the east. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't want to be chunked by those things.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, what are we doing today?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Yeah, last time we went out and attacked the bugbear camps. So
Was
Indeed,
it Marius or Mukluk that attacked the bugbear camp?
on the second part, it was Mukluk. The first one was Marius.
No, Marius was the second time because he died chasing the bugbears in the forest.
He was there for the chase and the first time.
Yeah.
There was through time with the chase.
Oh yeah. Okay. No,
The
sorry.
first
Yeah.
one had only goblins.
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps we could ask Gliana about the quest for the magically inclined. She perhaps might know what is going on with that.
Eskruna?
Gliana, she is a spirit of the forest.
Okay. That's new.
Indeed.
Yeah, Mukluk hasn't been there in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I believe these stories around town were that she was using the forest vines to enclose and kill anyone who tried to venture past.
Oh, she was the one responsible for the deadly forest section.
Yep.
We were able to strike a deal with her, and all those who respect the forest or travel with someone who has taken the bond by Oakenbow will be granted safe passage.
All. Okay. Yeah.
The last time I was out, we discovered quite a few things. We found an obelisk that points east, and we found an old man living in the woods that he appears to be a sort of alchemist, and that if we were to bring him a flower, he would be willing to grant us a potion or even more information about how and why he is doing there.
Okay, so we have to find the flower in the forest.
Yes.
That couldn't be less specific.
It is a morphe flower.
Oh, do I know anything about that morphe flower?
You can make a knowledge nature check. So you've heard of the morphe flower before. Not like extensively. Let me just try to find in my notes where I've left it. There you go. So the morphe flower is a prized herbalism. Yeah, prized like herbalism flower, I guess. It's a flower that's used mainly by herbalists and alchemists. It is the basis for many curing potions. Anything, not necessarily everything that heals or cures is made from a morphe flower, but the most potent ones are made from that.
So if he's looking for them, maybe there is some in that forest, so we might find a field if we wander around. Yeah. So
I believe the guy actually said, Kawh, where it was.
Yeah, wasn't it up by to the right of the scary place?
He said it was.
Thought it was somewhere in here.
Yeah, so he mentioned that it was north of the river that he lives on.
Mm-hmm.
But east of the place with the hobgoblins, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that, yeah.
So it's somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the big yellow circle, what is that on the map or?
So the big yellow circle. Oh, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could explain that. The circle on the map is land granted to us by Gliana for us to create a new settlement in which she would not bother as long as they respected the forest.
Oh, so we can take some settlers that we have at the tavern and settle them there.
That
Yes.
could be a thing, yeah.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. So we can start by the wing disc, then we'll wander up north and try to find that flower or that magically inclined stuff.
Yes, I think we can accomplish this. Perhaps we should ask the gentleman in the corner if he would like to join.
Oh, actually, I was just about to go and see you too. I'm new around here, you see, and well, I was wondering if I could maybe do just that. Accompany you around. I've seen you go in and out a few times, and yeah, I would like to help in any way I can.
Okay, so we'll gather around the settlers. You armed, boy? Because
I'm sorry.
yeah, it's deadly out there.
Oh yeah, I actually have a weapon. I don't remember where it is. I left it outside somewhere.
Okay. Make
Yeah,
sure
like you notice he has like a sheath, a scabbard on his person, but there's nothing in it.
Well, I do have my staff. I mean, you wouldn't ask an old man to give up his walking staff, right?
Hey, you're dead, Gandalf.
I believe it is called a walking stick.
pretty far from my weapon most of the time.
Yeah, no, but his is actually a quarterstaff. Like, he can poke stuff with it.
So I'll get out and gather the settler. You can finish your breakfast.
Yeah, would we know like who the leader of the settlers who want to settle somewhere is, or
I believe their name was written on the job board. Is Luther or Miranda?
ah,
Place to settle. Yeah, ask Luther or Maran. So
Yeah, they
I'll go see Luther.
sure. It's actually like husband and wife. So they're pretty much always together. And there are, at the moment, of course, because the number fluctuates depending on, you know, if some of them is left or whatever. Oh, shit. Well, today, there are 39 settlers waiting to leave.
Can start a pretty good settlement with that almost 30 people.
Yeah.
I'm sure Max would appreciate being rid of that many mouths to feed.
You wouldn't say. I think Max is like omnipresent as long as you're within the trading post.
Because there's only the 4 of us, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. I'll go see that happy couple.
I'll tag along.
All right. So,
Oh, don't forget about me. I gather some papers and books and stuff in my bag and full afternoon.
all right.
I thought you would be looking for your sword.
I know it's outside somewhere. I don't need it.
Of course.
You make your way through the like tent village. It's outside of the trading post. Well, outside the trading post. Regardless, the trading post doesn't have walls anyway, so it's just like a few yards away from the starving bull itself. And you notice, well, you find Luther and his wife Miranda pretty easily. Luther is this disheveled blonde human with gray eyes, a once well-maintained tunic that has started to fray and to be marred by mud and other, you know, nature stuff like water, animal fluids, you name it. He looks like he must have been probably a bailiff or a mayor or something along those lines, like a local authority figure before. And Miranda is a dwarven woman. Black hair, tied in a single braid. She has she wears what is probably a modified studded leather armor with pieces of chainmail on it. And she has a battle axe and a shield. And she, as soon as you introduce yourselves, she introduces herself as the militia captain of a town called Blackton. Was it Blackton? Oop, I forgot the name. But let's say it's Blackton. For all intents and purposes, it's a town that's super far away anyway, so whatever. But she basically left to find herself a better paying job in the Wildlands. Luther lost his place of authority. Blackmarsh. Blackton. Yeah, Blackton is the place. So Luther comes from a different place. He lost his position because the minor noble that was in charge of that territory at the time was disgraced. He's from a Snowport, and basically when the noble was deposed, anybody that had basically been hired or was more or less close to that noble were either exiled or lost any capacity to be reemployed by the state. So they came here, and they have, like, each of them has their family, and then extended friends of the family, etc., etc. That makes up the 39 people. So Luther doesn't speak much. He seems to be mostly interested in freaking out at every noise and shadow around the trading post. So Miranda does most of the talking. She's like, "Aye, we got about 39 people to move.
That's
Did
good.
you find us a place yet?"
Actually, we've made a deal with the spirit in the forest, and we've got land for you to settle. But there are some conditions. Mainly respect nature. Don't cut wood. So probably stone houses will do.
That's gonna be hard not to cut any trees.
Yep.
You do realize we need timber for warmth and light.
Deadwood is okay.
Deadwood doesn't burn for long, sir.
Yeah, I know.
If I may, Mukluk, I believe what she said was, if you take a tree, you must plant 3 more.
Oh.
So the forest will be ever growing.
Aye, that we can do. I can't guarantee you all the buds are gonna flourish and make new trees, though.
I'm sure the effort will be appreciated.
That spirit of yours. How do I know you're not planning on sacrificing all of them? Me and mine own to that forest spirit. Spirits are fickle and evil.
I am sorry you feel that way. Most of my encounters with spirits have been rather pleasant.
You climbed into the butt of one.
Very pleasant.
She says, make me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
She's like, I don't know why I asked you for a persuasion check. I don't know what that is. But, I need some sort of reassurance that you're not just gonna throw us to some wild animal, beast, or spirit, or whatnot in the woods.
Well, your encampment can be outside the woods.
Well, we don't have to live in the forest.
No, just on the side of it. And it can be actually pretty far. And I show her a crude map that I'll make. What she's allowed. Which is basically the yellow circle.
Well, you can show, yeah, like, you guys have pinned, I suppose you have pinned, like, that huge map of the region in the ants. You can just, like, point where she needs to, where they're gonna live. And she's like, I'm gonna name a hex for you, but she doesn't call it that way. But I like VV16. It's close to everything.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well then, I'll tell everyone to pack up. And, I guess we'll follow your lead.
Perfect. Well, when you're
I
ready.
pull the two aside just a tiny bit. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation in the tavern earlier. You mentioned that circle that you just showed there. Can't they cut the trees outside the circle?
Yeah, but apparently they simply have to replant new trees every time.
Okay, but if they did cut the trees that are outside, they wouldn't have to.
They most definitely would. The forest spirit guards the entire forest.
Okay, not just the circle.
Yes.
Oh,
That is just the allotted area she granted us.
I see.
So it'll take about an hour before they get ready. So if you guys have anything to do last minute before you leave the trading post, now would be the time.
I go fetch my sword.
All right. There's a kid that was playing with it.
How much does Gisela want for the potion of healing?
Her prized potion of healing. She wants the same price that's in the player's handbook. So I can
Like 50 gold pieces. Or
yeah, I think it's 50. 50 for the regular one, and the bigger one, the greater healing, is 150.
I'll need to wait for some more money.
Well, do you have anything to trade?
Not really, no.
We can actually pool it in case of need.
I
I
am
can give 24.
quite a capable healer myself. This would be a spare for when my magic runs out.
Or when you're unconscious. Yeah.
That never happens.
Because remember, guys, you also have like well, she has a bit of buying power since you brought back some of her stuff that had been stolen. So if you wanted to sell some of the stuff that's in the stash, you could definitely get like enough money to buy the healing potion.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not that worried about it. I was just curious.
All right. So, you're going to leave with the commoners in tow, all 39 of them. Here's how it's gonna work. One.
Every hex, 10 die.
Yeah, we might be playing Oregon Trail,
Trail.
but not that much. So,
Aw.
here's the thing. Every time you will enter a combat, 1d10, up to 1d10 settlers might die. It's up to you to try to find a way to mitigate that. You will be paid according to the amount, the number of settlers that you bring back. Well, bring to the settlement, sorry. Not bring back, they don't need to come back. Well, they need to stay alive, but you get what I mean. That being said, you cannot travel at a fast pace with them. You can only travel at a slow pace. Maybe if you push them, you could go up to a normal pace.
Okay.
I'm fine going at a slow pace.
Yeah.
It just means that it'll take like a while. Also, depending on where you like which path you're taking to get there, which is my next question.
Most definitely take the Goblin Bridge, so we don't have to make them cross the river.
Yeah, at some point you guys might have to think about building a new bridge.
No way, Goblin Bridge.
So
Make
that would
Leo
be-
do it.
Over the whirlpool.
Where are we on the map exactly?
So you're where the black horse is, the caravan and the trading post.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, right there. So, and you might want to get to VV16. That was like the ideal spot according to Miranda. Are you guys trying to stick to the forest, or are you going through the plains? What's your itinerary like?
Through the plane is better. I think it's gonna be
Through the forest, we will have protection from Gliana.
How about between the two?
Just right on the edge.
On the edge. Yeah, it's possible we can do it.
Well, Gliana did say that while you guys would be in the forest, the wild animals at least won't try to attack you.
Yeah, she said nothing about goblins then.
No, that's it. Like, she can't... She's not omniscient, unfortunately, and that's why there was so many goblins and other goblinoids in the forest, because she can't be everywhere at once either. So, I gather you're leaving... Because I just want to know how many days you guys are gonna have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure you're doing something like this.
If we're going at slow pace, I suggest a straight line, which would be
Like this.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You wanna okay? Because I thought keeping it into the forest. All right. So that's 2 hills, 2 forest, 1, 2, 3, 4 plains, and then 2 forest. Okay. So 1 hill at slow pace. Just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So slow. So by the time, okay, so 2 hexes on the first day. So by the end of the first day, you guys are at the bridge.
Okay.
Oh, and I suppose we'll make gathering check.
You guys are
Later.
gonna have to forage a fuck ton.
Yeah.
You only have to feed a third of the peasants. I'll explain. Because with the roles you guys are gonna do, like, let's assume that some of the other commoners are helping you. Like, they have trappers with them, they have hunters, so they'll take care of a part of it. But right now, you would have to feed 13 more mouths.
Okay.
So let me see those rolls for the first day. We're not gonna do them all in one shot at the end, partly because it might be necessary for you to. You might have people dying on you, is what I meant. So necessary for you to roll high. Mukluk, Kawh, Sylvester, are you also trying to forage for food?
Well, yeah, I actually I follow their lead, so I see that we can go with the nature check.
It's actually survival.
Oh, I rolled nature. I'm terrible.
It's okay. You know what food is. And how about Kawh?
Survival.
So, for the first day, you do not find any food. Do you have rations on you? And if so, how many?
I have 7 rations. Would my herbalism kit and proficiency help in any way?
I would say herbalism kit.
It's a Hail Mary thing. Feel free to say no. I felt it would be like important for like harvesting the flower if we found it.
Yeah, that's going to be important.
Yeah.
I'd say, so here's the thing. I'd say if you were to find food,
Mm-hmm.
I would give you a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would know how to extract like a maximum amount from a plant instead of just like, I don't know, like tearing stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But right now, the hills are pretty barren.
Mm-hmm.
And none of you have found any food.
That was my Hail Mary, a player looking at his character sheet and seeing what he had.
So, do any of you have enough rations? You would need, with 3 of you, a total of 16 rations to make it through the day.
I have 11.
I have 7 rations.
Professor?
I don't have any.
Well, do you have like an explorer's pack or something?
Oh yeah,
So
I'm
there.
also forgetful.
All right. So he opens his
There's-
bag and he's like, "Oh shoot."
Actually, what are these 10 things I have in here? I don't know. Do we eat these? Are they crackers?
So that's how many did you say, Quentin? You had 6,
7.
7, and then 11 for Mukluk, right?
Yeah.
So this is a concept. You've got 7, 11. I feel like there's something we could do about that. You guys want to burn through them?
Well, we don't have a choice, or we lose people.
Well, the 3 of you can starve and start getting exhaustion, but the commoners won't be able to handle that.
Yeah, but how many do we need? 13 plus.
13 plus 3, so 16.
Yeah.
So we have 27 between the 3 of us.
No, I think the professor actually forgot them at the trading post.
Hmm.
No, they're probably in my bag somewhere. I'll be eating them later.
Oh, God. So okay, he doesn't want to pitch in.
Yeah, okay.
So,
We have 17, and we need to give him 16.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably Mukluk and Kawh split one ration between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you had rules for that somewhere. On my old notes.
I suggest we go on normal pace the next day, so this trip is take less time.
Yes, I feel that might be prudent.
all right. So the second day,
Delete my rations here.
1, 2.
Do we get some sort of bonus to look for food if we're going slower? Because we can take more time to look for it, or
Actually, sort of. You get a bonus to spot ambushes, points of interest, and stuff like that. Otherwise, if you're going normally a fast pace, you can't do anything. A normal pace, you can. It's not really any harder. But the thing is with a slow pace, you guys have more chances of finding more of them because you're spending more time. So normal is like the normal.
Mm-hmm.
can
No
I do
bonuses,
something?
no penalties.
Because we're sort of between 2 days, like
Yeah, sure.
during the night. I'd like to use my the stars are right feature trait.
All right, yeah. What does it do?
You may ask the stars to tell the fortune of one person except yourself.
Oh God.
Okay.
But I want to see if I can maybe use the group of settlers as a whole.
Yeah, sure.
And well, I don't know if it can do that because I only have the short version.
Short
here, I
version.
think.
Let me check. I have the book here. You said the stars are right.
You see 17 dragons coming out of the sky,
Well, I mean, dragons are edible, so
descending upon the villagers.
because if I can get the hint of maybe if we're ready to go in the forest for food or stay on the plain, something like that.
Okay, so it basically what it says it's like a fortune cookie thing that you ask for the peasant.
Can we eat the cookie?
Nope.
Okay.
But the cookie is going to say this. The flat holds more than the forest, both in danger and food.
Well, considering my two companions look very capable, I'll just try to go up to them and I think it might be best to go on the plains and get out of the forest. We can see better. We might be able to spot food from further away.
You have a point, Professor.
Of course I do. I'm a professor for something.
Let me try one thing. Could I ask Gliana, talk to the forest and just be like, Gliana, we will starve soon. Will you give us a gift?
Roll a d20. Just straight up d20. There's no answer.
Okay.
You're
Perhaps-
probably not near where she is at the moment.
Yeah. After I do that and nothing happens, I'll look to the professor and be like, perhaps you are right. It does seem prudent that the plains would hold more.
However, oh no, wait, because you're midday. Phew, I was gonna say, oh, 2 hexes, you're done. It's 1 per 2 hours, and this is 1 per 3. So you did 36. One more, so you can do 1 hex. You guys basically go, boop. And by the time the sun sets, you're out of the forest.
Let's scavenge for food.
Let's roll for food. That's 1 success.
On survival.
That is 0 success. That is 2 successes.
Oh,
So
great.
both Mukluk and the professor roll 1d6 plus your wisdom bonus. That is
Oh.
how many people you feed.
So you want my? You said wisdom, right?
Yeah. Nice. You find a total of 12, so you can feed 12 people.
But we still need more than that.
Well, you need 4 more at the moment. 4 more rations.
Well, luckily I do have some here, so I take out 4 of them, and rations I have left, I keep 2 for myself, of course.
It's like that scene with Lord of the Rings, and like he's got crumbs all over himself, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot I had food."
Ugh, lambas bread.
I'm sure it tastes like graham crackers. But y'all are fed for 1 more day. I need
Great.
one of you though to roll a d20.
Six dragons.
How do you go about standing watch for the night?
Well, there's 3 of us and 40 people.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, screw the commoners, unless you want to die.
Yeah, well,
You're the ones like Miranda can take a watch because
okay.
she's good. So like you could split the night 4 ways.
I'll let the professor with Kawh, and I'll stand watch with Miranda.
All right. So you guys are basically doing like what 6 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm learning Goodberry because I'm a priest.
Yeah, you can change your spells for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna spam cast Goodberries. Oh yeah.
That'll
No.
help.
Seems like everybody was forgetful before. So,
Yes.
I'm gonna need everybody's passives before we go
15.
any further.
I'm very passive.
Yeah, how much do you have, Professor?
Perception, you mean?
Passive perception, yeah.
That would be 0.
So 10.
Yeah.
Kawh, what was it again?
12, but it's a real strong 12.
12 plus. And
Yeah.
Mukluk.
15.
All right, Mukluk is the eyes of the party.
Like a 12.9, really high end on the 12.
It breaks ties, basically. You win at ties. Are you still traveling normal pace?
Yes.
All right.
We're having a hard time finding food. We need to get him there.
1, 2. Oh God, there is something on the road. Well, not the road, but on the plains. As you're nearing midday, you notice in the distance. So you're like cresting a hill, and you see this pack of wild boars. Actually, only Mukluk sees it. Everybody else is completely oblivious. But there are...
17.
What?
No.
No. There are 9 wild boars. Just eating, grazing, having boar fun, doing boar things in the plains. They're
Are they
far enough
boring?
away. They're like almost half a mile away. You notice like these tiny specks of brown or black, like fleas on the plains. Being bored, yep, basically.
No, that's what we'll be once we get killed.
So it's entirely possible for you if you wanted to go on a hunting trip. They're boring. Get all the boar jokes out of the way, guys. Let's just do it.
Do you say anything, Mukluk, or
Yeah, we can 9 boars. It's a lot of boars, and the peasant won't help. Yeah, we can try.
They may get us to our destination, being well fed. Plus, these settlers will need food once they are there as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's try to kill some boars.
All right, you guys have half a mile to prepare. So what do you want to
Make
do?
sure the crossbow is loaded, and then I'm good.
All right.
How's the sky looking, Simon?
Right now the sky is
Blue.
no, clear but overcast.
Is it possible for me to like fly up into the clouds and then come down, or is that too high?
Clouds would be too high today.
Okay,
Like you could, but you'll probably choke to death before you get there.
great.
Or freeze.
A stealthy approach seems prudent in the matter, but boars can be very aggressive. If we surprise them, perhaps we can catch them unawares.
Well, yeah, it's hunting, so
What kind of armor are you wearing, Mukluk?
right now none.
None? Okay.
Only scales.
Professor, what do you look like you're wearing?
Clothes.
Clothes. Great. Great. I hope they don't charge us.
No, I do have leather armor.
Oh, okay.
Well, I do have a shield, but
Yeah, I mean...
I don't have any ranged weapon though.
That's fine. I'm sure they'll charge us when I'll die. It's great.
you can
Are you,
fly away.
I know I can.
Mhm.
You guys can. So you guys want to sneak up on them? Just get as close as we can.
Yeah, maybe they're not all adults, so we shoot down the adults.
Is there is the plains or hills completely like barren, or is there some like bushes and?
There are like bushes here and there. If you guys wanted to hide in a bush or like behind a rock or something, you could do that.
I might have an idea. Let me just look up something. But go ahead with anything.
If we get within range, I could put some of them to sleep. Then the rest will either, I believe, charge us or run away. It might help our odds.
Yeah, it will help. Let's do this.
Leroy. All right.
We stealth forward.
You don't need to. What's the range of your sleep spell?
Let me look it up in the SRD here. Sleep. Sleep says 90 feet.
So you will need a stealth check by the time you get close enough to cast it.
Okay. From should
well,
it just be me going forward
if
or
you,
all of us?
Well, actually, no. You know what? You could just fly over and cast sleep as you're flying over.
Yeah, that's.
So you wouldn't need a stealth check because they can't really look up.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be more for the professor and Mukluk, depending on what you guys are trying to do.
Well, I'm gonna wait for him to cast his spell, then I'm going to shoot one that is standing.
All right.
With a light crossbow, it's 90 feet.
What I would like to do, and I check if I can, is
I hold out a red cape.
no, but like I was thinking of the bushes and like hiding in one, and if I can have the range to cast major image like across from the boars and have them run towards me, then I can walk one on the head as it goes by. So that's the plan I have in my head. So if I can make that work out.
What's the range on major image?
120.
Yeah. So I'll say Mukluk and the professor, just in case, roll for a stealth check. It might not be necessary in the end, but we'll see. Sure, the professor has disappeared.
Yeah, Professor.
All right. So we'll start with Kawh flying, flyby attacking, flyby sleeping.
Yes.
Roll your d8s. Did you cast it as a first level, second level?
I hope it'll let me cast it at second level. Okay, yep, it will. I want to get as much of these down as possible. So, second level.
22, is that the DC? No, that's the hit points of creature.
Yeah.
5d8.
Alright, wait.
So you just, like...
1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 20. Okay, it's 27.
No.
Because it's 22 the basic, 5d8, plus 5 for the higher level cast. Okay, that's how they interpret it. If you put your mouse on it, it shows it. Alright, so 27 hit points worth of boars.
None of them go down.
2 of them go down.
Nice.
Now what we're going to do today is we're going to start playing with a couple of new rules, friends.
Uh-oh.
I've spoken about it, like, at length, so please.
Boars can fly!
No, that's not it. So, you will play with a new rule called morale. Morale is for the group as a whole. So for today, we'll keep, like, you guys can keep track of it, but from now on, it'll appear on the overlay. Alright? Morale goes from -2 to +2. It's normally at 0. Morale is a bonus or penalty that is added to all of your attack rolls and ability checks, but not saving throws. For opponents, for enemies, morale is also used to determine, you know, if they run away or if they do whatever. To them, every time you do something that makes them lose morale, they're gonna have to roll to see what happens. And creatures will react differently. Like a boar, like you said earlier, might run away, might charge, depending on the situation at hand. Whenever you incapacitate, so be it from spell, from sleep, from like the hold person, or cat, do not eat my wire, or just by killing, as long as it's like, it goes from 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. That's when they have to roll. So you only put to sleep 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough. So 2 of them fall asleep. But the other boars do not seem to react strongly to what happened. They just assume these 2 are tired. And they fell asleep. So they keep doing their thing.
I cast it again.
Alright, in the meantime, what do the other 2 do? Do you guys... Because you were lying in wait for something, do you cast your spells, your major image, do you shoot your crossbow right away, or do you wait for another salvo? Another sleep salvo?
I was waiting for simply is one spell. He didn't say he was doing it twice, so I'll shoot right away.
Yep, makes sense.
Alright.
And miss. I should have Sacred Flame.
Yeah, they would have succeeded anyway. So, Professor, were you...
Well, I was waiting for for the combat to actually start. So since he missed, if I'm aware that he shot or not.
I think you heard the crossbow, but you didn't see any of the pigs move or fall.
No, I'll go ahead and cast my.
All right, you cast your major image. What is the image that you summon?
It's going to be basically I had a picture of a Tarrasque in my head, but obviously, probably not. Maybe a small one. Just any kind of monster, basically.
Okay.
I just think that it's going to be big, and it's going to be like roaring at them.
Dire wolves.
Does major image make sound?
I believe it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
And temperature, so the creature will be warm.
All right. Let me roll. Let me roll for their. Like I'll roll like a fear check on them or something.
Wisdoms.
Yeah, it's a very poor wisdom on their end. What's your spell save DC?
Let me just try to figure that out on my character sheet.
10 plus your charisma.
So that's 14.
14? All right. There are 4 boars running at you.
Oh, in hindsight, this was a very bad idea.
3 other boars run away. You were 100 feet away, so the boars will run 80 feet in your direction. Next turn, they're going to probably trample your hidey hole. But first, it's Kawh's turn.
Since that was part of the plan, right? From what we discussed, he's like, yeah, I'm going to cast a thing and get him to run towards me, and then I'll knock him on the head. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'll go for the 3 that are running away and try to put them to sleep.
All right, go ahead.
I'll do second level again.
Cool.
See if I can get all 3. Oof, maybe
That's
not.
35. Yep. Bam, bam, bam.
All right.
Those were taken care of. Mukluk.
I'm gonna shoot a crossbow at one coming at us.
Sure.
Then I'll switch to the shield.
You hit. Your bolt barely pricks the boar. It like snaps in half on contact. It didn't even notice that it was shot at. But there's still one more turn before they reach the bush. Professor, what do you do? 4
Well,
angry boars.
I'm gonna be like a ready action,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as one comes in range, I take my staff and I whack him in the head.
Okay, so you're still dead set on your original plan.
My plan hasn't changed yet.
Cool. Let's roll for all the boars. Since they do not know you're in the bush, they're not running at you because they're angry at you, Sylvester. They're just running away. It just so happens that they're running exactly in the direction you wanted them to run. So they're going to have disadvantage on their attack because they don't know you're there. But still 4 attacks at +3. I'll roll twice for each. So first one is a 19. Second one is a 4. Third one is a 4. What the fuck? Fourth one is a 4. So I think there's only one that hits you. With a
That's the one
19.
I'm gonna hit as well.
All right. You are going to take 2d6 plus 1 damage, and I'm gonna ask you to roll a strength saving throw. You're gonna take 8 points of
Oh,
damage.
saving throw. Oh, sorry, saving throw. Oh, same thing.
It's the same anyway.
Yeah.
You're not proficient or anything. Well, guess what? You do not fall prone. You are allowed to hit one. Let's
But
say
I do
it's
take damage though.
you take 8 points of damage, yeah. So let's say it's the same one that Mukluk had shot. You know you can just click on your character sheet to roll your attack roll. When
Yeah, no, I was updating my HP.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, so there you go.
That is a miss. Oh, mind you, you would have advantage. That's true. You would have advantage. Why did I say anything?
It doesn't roll the damage.
No, for the damage, you have to click on the word quarterstaff that's in the chat box.
Yeah,
Like, in
just
the
click
chat
on the
log?
corners.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
All right.
And it rolls like the additional crit damage if you did your things right on your sheet. So it's a d6 plus 1. A d8 plus 1, sorry. Was that it? You get a
Looks
plus
like you
1
got it
because of your
right.
strength? Yeah?
Yeah.
Probably.
So 8 points of damage. That's enough to knock the boar unconscious. So as it rushes into you and it basically like gores one of your legs with its tusk, you spin around and just knock it out cold with a strike of your quarterstaff. The other 3 boars keep running away, and they're going in the general direction of Mukluk. But it's all of y'all's turn.
Would I have to like deal the boars, like the unconscious ones, like HP damage, or could I just like fly down and start like executing?
I mean, executing the sleeping boars can be done
Yeah.
after the combat because they're basically taken out for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
Um,
How far away am I?
from the rest.
Yeah, because I chased the 3 that ran away.
Yeah. So, well, your spell is what, 90 feet for sleep?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they would have moved 80. You could have
Mhm.
just turned around. I'd say you're still within 90 feet of the rest of the group.
Okay. And there's 2 boards left?
3 boars left.
3 board. All right, I'll try this one more time. Spells, and I have 1 more second level spell slot left, so I'll use it. Because why not? I mean, it's like we're gonna get into combat right after this, right? Ooh,
It's 21.
21.
That's 2 of them down. There's only 1 left. Charging at Mukluk, incidentally. Mukluk, it's your turn.
Yes. I'm gonna make a ready action, take the mace, and simply swing it when he comes in.
Alright, well, guess what? It comes at you. You were hidden with a, I think it was 12 was your stealth check, right? Alright, do they have enough passive precision? No! So it has disadvantage. 12.
No.
Make your
Swing
attack.
with the mace.
You hit. That's 4 points of damage. It is still alive. It, like, tumbles over, gets back up, and, like, snorts, gets ready for another charge. But before it can do anything, there's still Sylvester.
You can't do it, Mukluk. Hit that hideous beast and pig. And that's a vicious mockery, by the way.
On the pig or on Mukluk?
I'll hit the pig
Both.
this time.
Alright, this time you're aiming for the pig. My saving throw is a 2.
No, that doesn't work. So
Ooh, 3 psychic damage. The pig questions its existence and what it should have done in life to not
As it
end up
should.
where it is. Yep. And it also has disadvantage on its attack as it charges relentlessly towards Mukluk. No, wait. The pig played. Mukluk got a ready action.
It's already on me.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. Nah. So, no, before it does anything, I'm sorry, that the ready action got me confused. So, there is still Mukluk's real turn and another turn for Kawh. Because I forgot your attack, Mukluk, was during their turn.
Oh yeah. Swing with a mace again on 9.
Mukluk's not critting with the mace.
9 misses. Or actually, does it? Yes, a 9 misses. Alright. So, Kawh.
I'll fly within range and I'll firebolt it.
Sure, go ahead.
Just already have it pre-cooked.
That's a hit.
Singe it.
It is still alive.
a mace, an insult, and some fire, and it's still standing.
Yep, so it attacks Mukluk, and with a 7 it fails, and you see after it rushes past you to try to intimidate you or something, it doesn't turn back around, like the boar is just leaving. So
I get
you
that.
have a turn. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hit. He's might not be dead. Because it's got relentless.
Is it going like it's running? It ran past me, got to Mukluk. Is it coming back towards me?
No, it's going towards the forest. It's
No.
gonna use its relentless ability to stay at 1 hit point. It just goes like and keeps running. Its tail is on fire.
This mockery isn't like the stories, right? The full floor.
No. It's like you have it.
So I can use
infinite.
it again.
Yeah, you can mock people incessantly. Like it's like at will. However, if you guys don't do anything, like that boar's just out of the picture.
I fly after it.
Sure.
I firebolt it.
Oof.
It's cooked.
It add 1 HP.
That one is pre-cooked. No.
It's actually, it went to minus more than its max HP. It just explodes in a shower of like burning
Bacon.
fur
Bacon.
and oh yeah, it's like it turned into a plate of bacon.
Yes,
Like
just
instantly.
instantly.
Like, pow, bacon.
Interesting. I guess I shout back. Take care of the sleeping ones.
I'll go with the mace and start clubbing some.
And
Clubbing the pigs.
You start clubbing the pigs. You have time to do 2 of them when you notice that one of the stones in the hills
Oh,
is now charging at you,
stone.
being pissed and shit. It was... Now you see it. You remember the giant turtle?
Yeah, what was in his butt?
Yeah, but this time it's a giant boar. With, like, part of it is made out of stone, and it is charging straight at...
I knew it.
Yeah.
no, that's fine. It's full of minerals.
Oh
Um,
god.
Interesting
roll a
take,
D2.
Professor.
On a 1, it's going to be Mukluk. On a 2, it's going to be the Professor. It's charging at Mukluk. And it covers the entire distance. You have time to see it coming, Mukluk, so it doesn't have advantage. Like, the element of surprise is taken away because it's like freaking 80 feet away from you. 20?
Yeah, that does it.
That hits. So you're gonna take 2d6 plus 10, and you need to make a strength saving throw, please.
Nope.
You are basically just flung prone and take 18 points of damage.
Okay.
You're knocked prone as it just flips you over itself. And you like... Oh, sorry. No. You tumble into the air and fall face first in the dirt.
Are you down, Mukluk, or are you still alive?
Oh no, it hurts, but I'm still alive.
Okay.
That would be you guys' turn.
I'll let Kawh go ahead.
I'll firebolt it. Does it have any metal on it, Simon?
Nope.
Okay. Firebolt. Does 20 hit?
20, yeah, 20 hits.
Oh, that's a scary sound. Might hit. Nice.
Takes 10 points of damage. Let me use the, I'll use the token on the map to represent its HP.
The actual pig.
Yeah, the
Represents
actual pig.
Yeah.
There you go. You guys should see its HP now. So that was Kawh, Mukluk, and the Professor.
Yeah. I'll heal myself. Hey.
Did I
Okay.
play? I haven't played, I think.
No, you can play this turn, yeah.
Okay, alright.
And
Mukluk's
My
touching himself.
agreement is still around, right?
Yeah, it is.
So it might not deal damage, but I will make my creature charge the stone boar
Ooh, alright. Alright.
as a distraction.
I rolled wisdom earlier, but it should have been intelligence, because illusions are intelligence based saving throws, and it rolled a -4. It sees your tiny Tarask charge at him, and it turns around to meet it head on, and it fights with an illusion.
Nice.
I'm just gonna skip its turn. It fights the illusion. It's up to you guys again.
Actually, I was going to do a bonus action after
Oh,
the.
sure. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because I'm going to spiritual weapon in.
As a bonus action as well. After I'll just want to do a thing.
Spiritual weapon hits.
Wait. Oh. 9.
9 points of damage. Did you have some? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually just one thing because I know Kawh is a Boak because obviously.
Obvious
What is
feature.
Mukluk exactly? Because I didn't get a description of him.
Oh, sorry, that's true. Would you guys care to
Totally
describe your characters
forgot.
real quick as you're fighting a boar?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll start. Mukluk is a Saurian, all green scales. He's currently wearing cold weather outfits and as a tricorn, shield, mace, and light crossbow on his back. No armor. And you saw me actually took some holy symbol a few minutes ago.
Okay.
A few
So,
seconds ago.
as a bonus action, I would like to remind Mukluk of the tale of the lizard folk that stood up to a stone boar, and valiantly survived the assault, and cast healing word on him.
All right.
Sorry, I'm looking for it.
Sure.
Oh, it's spells, right?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't work.
Healing word should be in your spells, yeah. Let me
Oh, okay,
check.
sure. Wait, no, that didn't work.
Spells. Healing word.
Oh, cast at what level? Okay, got it. So, cast as... It's always level 1, I guess?
Well, it's level 1 unless you want to use a higher spell slot, but I don't think you have higher spell slots.
No, that's... Okay.
A rousing tale of 5 hit points.
Yay! Thanks.
But that was just my bonus action from last round.
Yeah, as an action you moved your
Yeah.
your illusion, bonus action you healed, then the boar is like, roar, attacking the mini Tarask. At the end of its turn, it's got another intelligence check to roll. It's got another -2. What do you guys want to do?
Epic battle. I'm gonna firebolt it.
Alright,
Round.
that's a hit.
8.
8 points of damage. Oh god. Alright. Muck and the professor.
Okay. I'll just swing the spiritual weapon.
That's a hit.
Force.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes. And I'll go with flaming sphere on the thing. So dexterity saving throw.
Oh, is it dexterous? It's more dexterous than it is intelligent.
Okay, so it takes 2d6 of damage.
Alright.
2d6. Another 10.
Is it 10? 10 damage or less, so it's going to use its relentless ability to stay at 1 hit point. Kawh, have you played?
I
played,
believe I
Mukluk
went
played.
first this round.
So
Yeah, I think it's
it's
probably
up
my
to the
turn.
professor, yeah.
Boo! Go down, you stupid beast!
Yeah, okay, sure. Vicious mockery.
I love vicious mockery. It's so good.
4. It's dead. You've insulted it to death. Good job.
See, the plan went flawlessly.
Yeah.
Completely.
Except for Mukluk getting hit that one time. Other than that, it went great.
Is that giant thing made of actual
So-
stone?
It's a bit like the giant turtle in the sense that part of it seems to have fused with the land. One of its tusk is actually made of stone, and then after its neck, half of its body is like hardened, packed dirt with patches of grass instead of fur, and then as it goes up in the creature's back, it turns to stone, and then what would be the giant stone that you saw is like a hump over its haunches.
As a transmutation wizard, would I have any insight or
You could
no
definitely make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Like that would be a thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
So, magic. It's a thing.
But is it edible? Like, is part of it edible?
Professor,
Nature?
you're too new. But if anybody was there when Gerp, well, not Kawh, of course.
I was.
You was?
Mukluk was.
All right, you were. So Mukluk knows that part of it is edible. If it isn't thrown away,
Preciously, because some kobold want a home.
Nobody wanted to eat that turtle meat anyways.
So let me just check real quick.
Do you go back to clubbing boars?
Is it possible to...
Holy moly. All right.
What?
I want you guys to roll, all three of you to roll a survival check.
Is there another boar? Oh. Survive.
27, 35. You will harvest, all in all, 35% of their weight in meat. Which
Of all the
means-
boars?
Of all the boars.
Nice.
Which means there were 8 of them, right? 7?
9 and
Yes,
the
nine.
giant one.
All right, without the giant, because that's going to need a separate survival check. You have a total of 700 pounds of boar meat that needs to be smoked or salted ASAP. I said 7,700. You have 700 pounds.
Considering how we defeated them, aren't they already salty?
Oh,
The big guy is like super salty because you
Okay.
insulted him. So for the big one, I'm gonna ask you, one of you, to roll survival. Someone else can help or
yeah,
whatever.
I'll do it.
I'll help.
All right.
I don't mind doing it. I can do it.
No, it's okay. I'll do it this time, so we don't waste the giant turtle. 16.
All right. Roll 3d6 plus your wisdom modifier.
This is how many gemstones we find, right?
That's how much pocket full of dirt you get. So you have an extra 14 pounds. So 714 pounds of food. Exclusively boar meat. By the way, you don't need to write it on your sheet, like the peasants are gonna carry the meat.
Yes.
But it is going to take... like, you guys just can't take the meat and bring it anywhere right now. You need to camp here for a while.
Yeah, we can
That's fine.
take a day and simply smoke the meat.
Yeah, we have food now. We can take our time. That's fine.
Yep. Yeah, because, I mean, you can just eat boar while you smoke boar.
Mm-hmm.
And attract all the scavengers in the area.
Well, that's something we're gonna
More
have...
food.
Huh?
That's
More
more
food.
food.
Oh, yeah. I heard mushrooms, and I was like, oh, are you guys, like, trying to fashion some sort of, like, super meal or whatever? We're gonna have to check for random encounters with carrion
We're in.
birds, or anyway, birds of...
Bird.
Well, not necessarily birds of prey, but any scavenger around this place when we come back from break. So, see you guys again in about 5 minutes. we're back. So, we've discussed it amongst ourselves, and it takes a day. So, you guys have smoked all of your food and are ready to head out again. Are you still going normal pace? Pushing them for a third day?
Well, no. We go as slow.
Yeah, we can go at a
more
slow
than
pace
enough
now.
food.
Alright. So, 2.5 hexes a day. 1, 2.5, so that's 1 day. So it'll take 2 days to get to where at least Miranda wanted to settle. So I'm gonna ask two of you to make 1 d20 roll each.
You guys can go ahead and roll if you want. I rolled last time.
7.
So just pure.
Yeah, just a straight roll. That's fine. So you guys made it to the location that they wanted to settle. I just need to roll a quick d12. Thank you. You notice as you arrive that the place has been probably, I'd say, scouted out by something, because there are multiple tracks of small humanoids.
Oh.
Small humanoids.
Yep. You've seen plenty enough of them. Professor, maybe not, but the rest of you can identify them as goblin tracks.
Then it might be a good idea to scout around to see if there's a camp, like, just
Mm-hmm.
beside. It would make a really bad settling, but if there isn't a goblin camp
Mm-hmm.
a few miles away.
Can I? What time of day is it?
You get there by, like, let's say early morning.
If I like fly up above, or like yeah, just like fly up into the air a little ways, could I look around and see if I see any smoke or anything from the forest? Or
Yeah, sure. Shit, I have to get that. So how far can you see again? 7 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4.
see
5,
this
6.
giant goblin city?
No, actually, if they've gone into the woods,
Mm-hmm.
you would not have seen them.
Yeah.
At all. But
makes
you
sense.
do notice something though.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is another. I think I'm gonna try to get like a bridge token or something. But there's another goblin bridge.
Huh.
Not too far out from your position. Oh,
How
boy,
can you tell
this
it's a goblin bridge? Like, what makes it different? It's rickety.
It's the fact that there are no other really living creatures around.
Oh, okay.
So it has to be made from
My
by the goblins, or goblinoids anyway. There it is. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, way up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way up there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's far enough away that you see it, and you see it's about the same thing. You know, there's like a small wall made of sharpened logs, like spears, and there seems to have been like an area around it that's been cut down. Like all the trees were cut down, and that's why it's easy to see it from here. You don't notice if there's anybody or anything, but like it's big enough that you know that there's something blocking the river.
Yeah. I'll fly back down and say, I did not see goblins in our immediate area, excluding the forest, but I did see a bridge to the northeast from our location, which appears to cross the river.
they might pass this way once in a while.
Perhaps we should track the goblins.
Well, we can't leave goblins in the area if the settlers are to settle.
Yeah, let's do that while they settle.
We could perhaps make a deal with the goblins to leave the city alone.
Yeah.
Do you say any of this in the presence of the commoners?
I think it would just be more towards like Mukluk and the professor.
All right, as you're like, I don't know, like making camp elsewhere, farther.
Yeah,
away
because
from
if they brought it to our attention, like, oh, look at these small tracks, we could be like, like side eye at each other, like, hey, come over here, like, I'll fly up, like, okay, all right, guys, this is what's going down, because like we wouldn't want to like panic the settlers. Like, yeah, by the way, there's a goblin over there. Yeah, they might like trample each other or something.
Yeah. We can track it down and see what's the actual state of this ultimate.
Well, you guys can make a survival check if you want.
Yeah, I say we track them down.
I'll do it. Oh, we're terrible.
They're super hard to track.
So you follow the tracks and you end up going around in circles for the rest of the day. Whatever goblin patrol came here, they either trampled the land so much that there's no way you can make sense of those tracks, or they've managed to cover and like mislead whoever was following them, like cover their tracks and whatnot. Who rolled a 9? That was the professor. Professor, there's one detail that you see that the others have missed. Near the river is this lone stake, about a foot high, upon which is tied a rope. The other end has been cut off. You could surmise that maybe something came by the river and hooked a raft or a boat or whatever to the riverbank. Could be the goblins. I mean, the tracks do seem to all be like in the same area and everything. If the rope was cut off, maybe the goblins went away.
Is it like clean cut, or is it more like something the rope snapped?
No, it's clean cut.
It's clean cut, okay.
Like someone took a dagger and just like hooked the rope around it and cut it off.
Well, I do point it out to my two colleagues, but like, is the rope in good condition? Because if it's like good condition, then it might indicate that a non-goblin might be around. Assuming goblins only have crappy stuff, of course.
So goblins, they mainly scavenge, but they can make stuff. The rope itself is nondescript. Like it's not a sailing rope. Like it's not a big, thick, sailor ship type rope.
So it could be the goblins, but it could also not be the goblins.
Yep.
But yeah, there might have been something here, but I think it's long gone. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Perhaps tomorrow we should go to the bridge and see if we can find any goblins.
Yeah, it should be like the last one.
Is it like morning right now, or?
Well, no. With your survival check, it's now like mid-afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, tomorrow sounds good. But we'll have to keep a close watch tonight, just in case.
Of course. Well, yeah, we can do the same watches.
All right. So you all go to sleep and take your watch, and everything's fine.
Doesn't sound like everything's fine.
No, it actually is. A couple of the commoners in the morning mentioned that they saw something move in the forest in the overnight. Like those that were, I needed to go take a whiz and I saw something move. And what they describe is some sort of like a wall of vines that seem to have been following their every move. Oh, wow. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. If I had an emote icon, you would have it. But we don't have emotes yet.
I'm just gonna screenshot that, pixelate it, and that'll be your emote.
No. Emily's drawing them as we speak. So, I think she's doing the GURP one.
Oh gosh.
So, well, I think Stormcrow's gonna stay number 1 for a while. All right, going back to the peasants.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like there was this wall of thorny vines that kept, like, looking or watching them, or they're not quite sure. Like, some of them are just like, oh no, it's your imagination, and others are like, no, the Wildlands are ripe with magic and weird monsters and everything. So
does it sound familiar, like Gliana's vines?
yeah, to you it's pretty much just that.
Mm-hmm.
So she was probably looking out for you, looking after you, or making sure that, you know, whoever you brought up here wasn't going to cause trouble.
Mm-hmm. I look to, or I seek out Miranda, since she seems, you know, kind of like be the leader. And I just like make it like, I need to make myself explicitly clear that whatever you take from the forest, you must put back, and don't be wasteful.
She
The
turns
vines
around
in the
and looks at the mound of boar meat. She says, well, how about that?
It is not wasteful. We are using all the parts we could.
Well, I mean, it wasn't forest.
And we did not take that from the forest. I don't know. I think that's right, Simon.
I know. She's just,
Okay.
she doesn't know. I have, out of game, I have a question for you, though.
Oh, sweet.
Did you or did you not bury the bodies?
I would have if I remembered, but
Right. I'll give you
I-
this one time.
I think Kawh would have done it, but I don't think I obviously didn't remember.
Yeah, it's just for future references. I'm not going to help you with that, and I'll make sure to pay attention, because that's what's happening. Like, you know, the oath isn't something that is lenient in any way.
Yeah. Let me see if I can make a I'll remember this more clearly.
So she says, no, we'll make sure to replan. You said 3 for 1. That was it?
When harvesting trees, yes.
All right. Hey, you lot. Go on, get some lumber. We have to build houses. Chop, chop. And remember, for each tree you cut down, and she looks at you, you plant 3 more.
Yeah, you might want to keep track.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
I don't know how spirits are finicky with numbers and mathematics, but yeah.
I'll keep track of it myself. My accent's ever changing. I have a lot of trouble tonight.
Don't you worry, Kawh's on the case.
Oh,
Will do. I suppose you're here for your reward, though. Are you going to stay with us for a while? Huh?
I completely forgot about the reward.
there was a reward?
Oh,
Thank you for reminding us.
I should have kept my mouth shut. Luther has the money. Would you mind staying with us and giving us a helping hand to build?
Actually, I believe we'll stay around for a bit. We want to make sure the place is like fully safe, right?
We were going to scout around the area for the time being to make sure there were no immediate threats in the area while you were setting up your encampment.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for everything you did. You're good folks.
I bow.
How much of the food you want to leave them? How much you want to take back to Max?
I was okay with leaving all of it with them, but
Yeah, like without like if we count without the settlers, how much time do we have to walk to get back to the?
Oh, it's inconsequential. It really just is like, do you guys want to bring food back? Yes or no?
Okay, well, no, not me. I don't care.
Max seemed to have it covered.
Yeah.
That'll be GURPS problem tomorrow. Fine.
All right.
Yeah, he has plenty of meat from Leo.
Well, actually, not that much.
I don't know that.
Well, as long as the job's up on the job board, it means that he doesn't have enough. But that being said, because you're leaving them all the food as well, the peasants are overly rejoiced. And they are going to give... Oh, yeah, they're going to give you... I forgot to roll, so I am going to roll real quick.
They're gonna give us a.
No, there's one peasant that didn't make it.
Oh.
So probably an older person got sick or something, and after a few days, they just... they never woke up in the morning.
I make sure to bury their body.
So 38 settlers.
Yeah, I guess he died of boredom.
Yep. And yeah, we'll round this up. So 3, which means you get... Ooh.
A +1 battle axe made for a kobold?
What?
Whoa.
No, you don't. That would be way too much. No, it's... All in all, you get 15 gold pieces.
5
Nice.
each. Yay.
And one of the peasant has a ring that they bring to you. He says it's been in his family for generations, but he doesn't, like, he's not an adventurer. He thought he would need it for whatever awaited him in the wildlands. But he's like, I think you need it more than us, or more than me anyway. And he gives you this ring, and he says, This is going to keep you warm at night during the winter. And he looks at the forest around, and he's like, I think we're gonna have enough wood to make it, and it's not going to be a risk. Here, and he presses it in one of your hands, whoever wants to take it. It is a ring of warmth. While you're attuned to it, you have resistance to cold damage.
As the oldest person here, I think I should get it.
And also, it keeps you warm and comfortable in temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, no, actually, to be fully serious, I don't need it. I think it might be useful for someone who goes like very high in the sky where it's colder.
It can, but the cold-blooded lizard also would want it.
Yeah, so Saurians aren't cold-blooded,
Ah.
because otherwise they wouldn't have survived. Still, -50 degrees is -50 degrees. Nothing survives in that temperature if you're
Fahrenheit
naked.
or Celsius.
Fahrenheit. It's almost the same in Celsius, by the way.
I know.
And
Minus
the
40
resistance to cold damage.
I mean, we'll definitely take it, but I mean, I don't particularly need it as well. Maybe we'll just like put it in our player's stash back in
Yeah,
town.
is there like a thing for the group? I guess.
Yeah,
there's a
yeah, yeah.
stash. Well, I mean, unless
there's a
Mukluk seems to want it.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, Mukluk, if you want it, yeah, by all means, I don't care.
So if nobody else wants to have it,
Thank you, dear peasant.
I'll
We
use it.
accept this gift warmly.
I see what you did there. Haha. So, I'd better go get some wood. We have to start building at least a common house for now.
Of course. I walk away.
Yeah, because the NPCs seem to have frozen in place.
Mhm.
He watches you like leave for a bit, and then goes to work. Everybody basically busies themselves doing whatever they need to do to get a settlement started.
Should we get an early night and go look for any troublemakers early on, or
yeah, we
you guys
should.
have plans?
I have no plans specifically. Maybe we could spend, or sorry, what time of day is it, Simon? You said it was like dusk, or
It's approaching dusk.
I can't even help people like move any. I'm so weak.
No, you can help. Don't you have like move earth?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can use my shape the elements, I guess, to like level ground or something. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Dig foundations and everything.
Yes. Soften rocks, level ground. Yeah. I can do that. I can use my magic. I'll do that. Like whether like placing a building, I'll level out the ground or smooth rocks or something like that.
All right. The settlement Luther has decided, because of what you did, he's going to call the settlement, name it Borun.
Aha.
Oh, I hope I didn't forget my major image out in the field.
No, there's a Tarask that's been staying there for like, I don't know, 5 days. No, it disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, Borun is a budding new settlement.
With lots of food.
Yep. There's by the end of the day, the peasants have already sort of fashioned a perimeter of torches all around the would-be village. That should keep any wild animal out of the area. And then Miranda organized a sort of improvised militia. Well, really just like last-minute militia type thing. There's like 8 peasants, but 8 commoners, and they're gonna circle the area, make sure that everybody's safe overnight, so that you guys don't need any to take any watches or anything like that.
Morning, we go hunt for goblins, I guess.
Well,
Yep.
I can speak goblin, so we might be able to, make a deal or see, be like, hey, like, we're doing this here. How do you feel about that? Because there might be a crap load of goblins somewhere.
Yeah.
Like Gliana mentioned, like, goblins also, like, in the area as well.
Mm-hmm.
So well, I know she'd be super happy if we killed them all, probably, because she said that they, like, carve out the forest and, like, are horrible, like, to it, so...
Well, I wouldn't be too fast to like accept any deals with goblins, because I've heard only awful things about them. But that's just me.
Oh, you haven't seen them then. Yeah, they're as bad as they say.
Then why do you want to make a deal with them?
Not all things need to be resolved with violence. If we can communicate, why shouldn't we try for peace?
Well, what if they don't want peace?
Then we will not give them peace.
Fair enough.
I judge those on how they judge me. If they regard us with friendliness, then I shall show it back. There's no need to attack unless you are attacked first.
Well, in any case, I mean, finding them will have to be the first step, so how do you suggest we go about that?
I believe their bridge to the northeast would be the most prudent way to find them, for they probably use it often for crossing, or they would not have built it.
Yeah, and there might be tracks to a village.
Or traps.
Of course. There is danger in everything.
So I guess we
So-
set out in the
Sure.
morning.
Which direction though?
Yeah, northeast towards the
All right,
the bridge.
towards the bridge. We'll skip the foraging and everything. If you guys want to do it, we'll do it at the end because now you don't have like people depending on you.
What's the
we
thing
can
right next to VV14? Is that a Goblin Bridge too?
VV14.
Like right above it? Yeah. That's
No, that's the hermit.
oh okay. So
Yeah, that's the old man we need to find the flower for.
So you guys, I figure, walk at like normal pace, fast pace,
Yeah.
slow pace.
Normal pace is fine.
I'm going to cast Goodberry every morning. They last 24 hours, so we don't have to forage for food if we don't want to.
All right,
So I'll have them on me also.
cool. 1x per 2. Okay, so 4x's a day. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's day 1. 1, 2, 3. So at the end of the second day, you reach another bridge. It's, I wouldn't say exactly the same, but built about the same way as the one from the hills closer to the trading post. This one isn't guarded though.
Okay.
And
Is there an... Oh,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say it's not guarded, and there aren't any. You remember the last one? There were like skulls and whatnot on pikes and whatever. There's none of that. It seems like the bridge hasn't been used in maybe weeks or months.
Maybe they got scared of the forest. Kawh, do you want to do your thing and see if there's a village nearby?
I fly into the air, Simon. I do my thing.
You fly up in the air.
Dragons.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't see anything around.
Upon flying, Mukluk, I did not see anything in the area.
Do we go back through the forest and see if there's anything?
I believe that might be a wise course of action to maybe scout closer around the camp, perhaps.
Yeah. So we just walk back this way and
Then straight down.
yeah, and investigate the 3 others around.
Mm-hmm.
but
Alright.
each hex is 6 miles.
Yeah. So basically, when you're walking at a normal pace in a plane, you can cross 1 hex per 2 hours. You have those when you look at where your character sheet is. In the handout section, there's a section about travel and exploration, and it shows you like everything.
I was mostly asking to figure out like the safe, like how much we would have to scout to make sure that the general area of the camp is safe.
Mm-hmm. Can one of you control the caravan for now? I can't click on
Yes.
it because of the bridge.
Can I give it to
Here.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So that's 2 hours plus 3. That's 5 hours. You can still do 1 more hex.
Okay.
All right. That's the end of another day. Can one of you roll a d20?
Ah, yeah.
Oh shit, son.
The Final Fantasy encounter music starts playing.
No, you as you're about to prepare make camp for the night, you notice these beady eyes looking at you from between the trees. They're like gray, almost hidden in the shrubs. But they're clearly looking in your general direction.
Are they positioned like higher or like lower than us, basically?
Would be the same height as a kobold, probably.
Crap.
Try the goblin. Diplomacy.
I randomly speaking in Goblin could frighten whatever that is away.
Yeah.
I make a friendly gesture towards it.
It doesn't seem to react.
Only one pair of eyes, or like
Two pairs of eyes. They're like they're separated by about like 20 feet, as if they were
Either
like
two goblins or one
triangulating
very
your
big
position.
spider.
So the eyeballs are 20 feet apart?
No, I mean like each pair of eyeballs is 20 feet apart.
How many eyes are there?
4. So 2 pairs. Either 4 one-eyed creatures or 2 two-eyed creatures. Or one extremely weird 4-eyed creature.
No, I could probably scare it out of there if you want.
Let us refrain from scaring just at the moment.
Oh,
I say hello in common, Pokri, giant, goblin, anima, and dwarvish.
Hello. Bonjour. Hola. Hi. And everything. It looks weird. It looks like a bad Duolingo ad,
Yes.
but it doesn't react at all. Either it believes itself to be so well hidden that you haven't seen it and it doesn't dare make a move.
I could try the universal language of a sound hose.
What?
Well, it's my instrument. You know those like hose that you can spin around. It
Oh
makes
god, yes, the bowak. Yeah, the bowak musical instrument. It's like you spin it around and it makes like a yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try that to see like what they
If it scares them
reaction.
away. Make a performance check.
It was that or bagpipes.
It's a very well done rendition of the Peregrine tribe legend of the Great Hunter
With the sound hose.
with a sound hose, but they don't move. They don't react.
That was a beautiful performance, but it appears to leave him unaffected.
No, I'm starting to believe there might not be any creatures there.
Can I ritual cast detect magic and take 10 minutes?
Sure. You
Well, he
take.
does.
Well, are they unblinking for 10 minutes, or are the eyes actually moving, or not at all?
You're not sure. Or do you stop blinking completely to see if they don't blink at the same time as you?
I do skip. Yeah.
Alright.
While they are doing their things, I'll cast light on a rock and throw it the direction of the eyes.
Alright. You take a stone while everybody's doing their things. You throw it at one of the eyes, and you notice, like, right under the eyes, now that your light's shining on it, this enormous jaw with like a fang-filled mouth. It's covered in small lizard-like scales, and it's got like these horns coming out right above its nose, and then it seems to create like a ridge of sharp spines in back of it. It looks like a sort of animal that is squat and on four legs.
Oh, that's not
Does
a
it-
goblin.
Does it react?
It doesn't move. It's like standing still, like what's the type of there's a type of lizard that like stand well like a crocodile. Woo! Or an alligator. It's just fixing. It's most of its scale, well, all of its scales actually are like gray. They could like that creature. If you were to stumble upon it from the back, you would probably not notice, as it would look like a rock, like a field stone. Once you finish casting Detect Magic, your spell doesn't detect any magic.
So I can see it with the rock light spell.
Yep. Like the
can
head
I-
is about twice the size of a human head.
Can I like try to identify it with like survival or?
That would be one of the intelligent based ones. So, like nature, arcana, religion, history.
I'll Arcana check it.
Give me a sec. There's people outside doing stuff. You recognize it. These are basilisks. There's something's not right though. You've been staring at them for 10 minutes. None of you are petrified.
Well, we have been standing in place for like 10 minutes. So depends how you look at it.
So would these be considered animals?
They, with your check, you know that these would be considered, they're monstrosities. For the purposes
Yeah.
of the oath, they
Mhm.
are animals.
I throw a rock at them.
How? It doesn't budge.
If you would refrain from provoking the basilisks, I have taken a vow not to harm any animals unjustly in this forest.
Are you saying a rock would harm a basilisk?
If it were hit its eye, it might. Just as a rock will hurt if it hits your eye.
Perhaps, but clearly these aren't normal basilisks. Or else we'd all be dead.
I have yet to encounter animals in the forest by which my vow would be applicable. I'm supposed to be protected while in the forest as well against such animals. This may be part of the oath.
Well, in that case, nothing stops you from, checking it out.
You make a solid point. I fly over top of one of the eyes.
You fly, how high above it?
Ah, jeez. So like the how high would the canopy be, or is this like what kind of forest is it?
So it's not too dense because you're not super far into it in the forest, but most of the canopy would probably be at around 12 feet.
Okay, yeah, I would fly like as much as that would permit me without my wings, like hitting branches or anything.
So as you fly up above, like you could almost stand on it, and like you don't have a lot of room to maneuver between the branches.
Yeah, it's
and
like
the
to land on a
creature.
branch, like wherever
Yeah.
that would be above it.
But you're standing above it and then
Mhm.
looking down, but it doesn't look back up to look at you.
This is very peculiar.
You haven't been eaten yet, so I'm assuming it's safe.
It must be safe.
So
Oh,
I'll also step closer and maybe take my staff and just like lightly poke at it.
I'll fly down to the ground next to it.
You poke it, and it talk, talk. It's hard.
It's a stone basilisk.
Yeah. It's like a very realistic looking statue of a basilisk.
What happens when a basilisk looks at another one of basilisks?
With
Because that might be what happened.
with your 17 in
Oh, that was mine,
Arcana, no, but Kawh, if you ask the question out loud, Professor, so a basilisk that sees another basilisk will not be petrified. Instead, they turn rabid and they start tearing at, which is why like showing a basilisk its reflection
Is a bad idea.
well, it's hilarious, but it's not a good idea if you're standing behind the mirror.
So what if a Medusa looks at the basilisk?
The Medusa can attempt to petrify it.
And what if a cockatrice joins in?
Then it's like a big statue garden.
Is there any cockatrice around? I'll look around for any chicken creature,
Oh.
except of course for Kawh.
You don't. Jesus Christ. You don't see any. But you can make a survival check.
I'll go see the other one if it's the same
so,
turn.
so I didn't detect magic on any of the basilisks.
Basilisks, by their very nature, aren't magical.
Yeah, I thought since they'd been petrified by something else that.
Yep, and it doesn't seem like whatever petrified them. If it's a spell, it must have been cast a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like moss on them or like cobwebs or anything?
Well, do you go because your survival
Well,
wasn't enough to find
yeah,
tracks
I would-
anyway? But if you go like close to it and you start inspecting it and everything, you notice that like moss has started growing on their legs, all of their 8 legs.
So they've been here a while.
Yeah, there's like bird poop on one.
I look at Kawh, shake my head. Well, whatever happened here, it happened a while ago. I'm actually not sure how safe it is to leave them here, but I guess we could move them in case they unpetrify.
If they
that's-
do unpetrify, we should be safe from them.
Because of your friend.
Yes.
Well, okay. I'll trust you on this. Hopefully that's not a mistake.
I think it is safe to camp within the eyes of the basilisks. It's at the end of the day, right, Simon?
Yep.
Okay. I'm fine, or Kakaw's fine with doing it, but me as a player, I'm not. I'm like, but Kakaw's fine.
Those count as dead bodies.
They don't need to be
Very.
buried because they haven't been killed by Kawh.
Okay.
Whoa, I didn't kill the
Are they-
boars. Mukluk killed
Are they
those
both
boars.
looking like in the same direction, or are they like, looking towards a certain point?
They're looking towards you.
If we move from like left to right to the
Well,
asphalt?
they're not. No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
No.
like,
So they must have been hunting something that was exactly where you guys were when you stumbled upon them.
okay. But clearly there's nothing around, so.
Yeah, we'll be fine, guys.
Yeah.
We'll We'll set up camp.
You make camp. Who
So
takes?
I put my hammock between the two basilisks.
Sure.
When I take watch, I want to like fly up in a tree.
Yeah, are we taking like 3 different watches, or are we teaming up?
I think we have to take 3 different watches?
Depends on how you want to do it.
Because if I take a watch, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to.
You had to. Okay. I can take the solo watch, and if you guys want to team up, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. So, who got the second watch?
That would be us, I think.
Yeah, them.
Can both of you make a perception check?
Oh god, we'll die again.
Well, that's all for the game. You guys never wake up. See you everyone tomorrow. No.
Hi guys.
When you wake up in the morning, your backpacks have been pilfered. Nothing's... I should say, sorry, not pilfered. Someone rummaged through your backpacks.
I don't notice.
Your stuff is scattered all over the clearing where you are.
I might notice.
But nothing's missing. Once you take stock of everything, nothing's missing.
What about the new ring?
Well, Mukluk still has it
Yeah.
on his hand. Sorry.
How fortunate this prank was. It appears all of our equipment is intact.
I don't believe it to be a prank.
The two basilisks aren't facing in the same direction.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. But it can't be the basilisks.
Could it not be?
I don't know. How knowledgeable am I about basilisks, actually?
Make an Arcana check. So you see, basilisks are a thing.
Yeah.
You're a lizard
That's
with scary eyes.
everything you know.
Are they, once again, like, are they facing in the same direction? Like,
No, this time they're both facing towards the west.
So, towards the hermit.
The hermit is like southwest. What I meant is like west, like to the
Yeah,
left.
okay. Well, I gather up my stuff. For sure. Like, you say the basilisks now face another direction, but, like, have they moved?
Oh yeah, you notice like in the ground, like they've been moved. They didn't lift their legs or anything. They just like drag themselves to look west. So there's like these drag marks in the soil.
So it's safe to assume that the basilisks didn't move, they were moved.
It's safe to assume that they were moved more than they moved by themselves, unless they somehow like walk like some sort of like snake or something.
I feel like we should count ourselves fortunate and continue on.
All right, where do you go in the morning?
I think we're going back to the camp.
But were you going around the rest of the circle?
So just a sec. You mentioned earlier that we had a big map. Is it something we carry with us, or is it back at the?
It's back at the tavern.
Okay. I'm just make a mental note of it about where this happened.
So if you look at the bottom of the world map, you'll see a bunch of pins. Like in the white section, you're allowed. You have control over them. You can take one and pin it where it is. And that way that's like a reminder for everyone.
I think we wanted to go. Yeah, wherever somebody moves a caravan, that's fine.
Dope. I didn't touch it.
How many squares do we get? 4?
Well, technically, if you're going at a normal pace,
Mm-hmm.
it's 2.5 for the day.
Okay. We'll go here,
Stop.
and then
Mukluk.
Yeah.
You notice in the woods, there seems to have been a path at some point, or maybe it still exists, but it's not well traveled, and it leads somewhere.
Oh, guys, we might need to check this one out. There's an old path in this forest. We just stumbled upon it.
There's a what?
An old path, road,
How interesting.
and it seems to go somewhere in the forest.
We should follow it.
Yeah.
It might lead us to the goblins.
Or worse.
Or worse, yeah.
Or worse, of course. But in order for the settlement to survive, we need to seek out threats to it.
So you guys make it to wherever the path leads?
Yeah.
Alright. Can all of you make a perception check, please?
I can, but don't expect much.
Oh, yeah!
Fuck you guys were saying. So you make your way to this cottage in the woods. It's a cute little place made out of chipped field stone. There's a thatch roof. There's a chimney with smoke coming out. There's a small forge outside to one side. And then on the other side, there's this small fenced-in area that looks like a garden. That is a garden. Maybe not a well-furnished one, but it is. And everywhere on the lawn around this cottage, it's like all of these goblin statues placed in awkward poses. One of them made to like hold a fake non-existent fishing rod. Another one is just going like, and it looks like it's placed like it's running away. There's one sitting on a branch, like fastened with rope and twine to keep it in place. And as you approach on the path leading up to that cottage, you notice another petrified basilisk.
Ugh. What the hell has happened?
I don't know.
We found what petrified the goblin or the basilisks.
Let's investigate. So it's a cottage, I suppose. I'll just knock on the door.
I'll approach looking at my feet.
You hear a voice coming from inside that says, "In a minute."
Oh, they'll wait a minute.
Can I just like? It's probably not even gonna work. But I take my like. Is there dirt around?
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, I take my glasses and I just like put some dirt on them before putting them back on.
You like dirty your glasses. All right.
Yeah.
The
I
door.
wait politely.
The door cracks open, and it's a tiny goblin with like these thick goggles that it put up on its forehead. It's got a like a blacksmith apron with tools, but hoven mitts covering his hands, and like he takes them off, and he offers you a toothy, cavity-filled smile, and he's like,
Did he say just a minute in common or goblin?
in common. Says, "Aye. What can I do you for?"
We have questions about the petrified animals and goblins in the area.
Oh. That all belongs to the lady of the house.
Are you the lady of the house?
Nah, and he wipes his hand on an apron and he offers it. He's like, I think that's customary to hold out hand. Just don't cut it. Name's Jack.
I shake Jack's hand.
Hi. Welcome
Pleased to meet you.
Welcome to my the mistress's humble abode.
Where might we find the mistress?
She's gone for some errands, but you're welcome to stay.
Are you a blacksmith of sorts, Jack?
I actually do a bit of everything.
Interesting.
So you're a bit of a jack of all trades.
How did you know? This is the name of this place.
Just a guess.
I call it all trade. I'll put it in chat. I do nicks and knacks. I cook. But the mistress handles the gardening and petrifying of neighbors.
Does she petrify anyone? Or only those who break the law?
Those that want to steal from us, I guess.
Okay.
I guess we make the law of the land around here.
I see.
Anyway, she's bound to be back anytime soon if you want to wait here. But it might take a while too. Sometimes she's gone for like weeks on end. She goes on those quests. Anyway, she brings me back trinkets and I break them and I remake them.
And what is the name of this lady of the house?
I don't know. I know. It's strange. She's very reserved. She asked me to call her Miss.
What kind of quests does she go on?
I
Is
don't
she
know.
seeking something.
Well, how silly of me. I'm a bad host. Come in. And he opens the door and motions you to come in.
I come in.
And like as you enter, you look at like it's a very well-maintained cottage. And the one thing that strikes you, like as soon as you come in, is this short sword above the hearth, on which is inscribed in Larial. Do any one of you speak Larial? Old Common?
I speak Saurian and pistols. I guess I made a tiny mistake there.
I speak Common, Bokri, Giant, Goblin, Anima, and Dwarvish.
Well, if you speak, well, all of you speak Common, you can make an intelligence check. Because it's basically, Latin to us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all look at it and you're like, the professor is like, I don't know. But Mukluk and Kawh, you understand it to be a first name. It's like the name of either the blade or the person that owns it. And the name written on it is Iona.
Jack,
Yeah,
what can you tell me? What can you tell me about the sword over there?
Oh, I made it for the miss. It's she asked me to write something on it. I don't know what it is. I think it's an insult. Why?
It caught my eye is all.
Now that I think of it, she asked me to write that thing on like everything she owns. I don't know.
Is the sword magically imbued?
Nah, I don't have those skills. I know people that know people that know people that know how to do that.
Say, Jack, are you actually employed? Like, do you receive a salary?
You mean what's a salary?
Do you receive payment for your services? Besides room and board.
I live here.
That's fair.
This is my home.
And,
we don't get many visitors, believe you me.
Do you know when the mistress will return?
Some
He
point.
said would not know that she could be gone for weeks at a time.
It's... She left about 2 days ago. But she'll, she's never gone for long. You want me to send you a message? Actually, now that I come to think of it, who are you people? The mistress told me to be wary of strangers.
My name is Kawh.
Hi. Customary holding of
from
hands.
the south. I shake it.
Customary nod in approval.
I come from a trading post some days to the south. We are trying to establish a village in the area. We were scouting the area when we came across your cabin.
Oh shit, villages are bad. They kill goblins. I happen to be a goblin, you know.
It is true, but since you are a peaceful goblin, perhaps we could let them know. And they would not kill you. Perhaps you could be neighbors.
Oh, or even like offer your services to the village in exchange for pay.
It is very hard to explain to peasants that a goblin could be friendly. Just as it was that you wanted to attack them earlier if we encountered them.
Wait, are you about to attack me?
No.
I'll let you know I'm armed.
Oh. Actually,
I do not plan on attacking you, Jack, of all trades.
I'll trade. There's no S.
I'll trade.
There's only one house anyway. Like, there would be an S if it was plural because there was more than one house, but mine burnt down. Ooh, thank you so much, Glorious Killjoy, for subscription. Yay! I go back to Goblin. Yeah. No. The mistress said that I don't really need to build a house for myself. I can live here.
That is very kind of her.
You want to see where I sleep?
Of course.
He like brings you to the other room, which is there's like 3 rooms, a common area, a bedroom, and a kitchen. And he brings you to like through the kitchen to the other area, and he's like, I sleep here. And it's like a wicker basket at the foot of a bed that's been like filled with like feathers and hay, and there's a blanket, and he's like, this is the best bed I've ever had. I made it myself.
Jack, do you know of anyone else living in the area besides yourself and your mistress?
There's the old guy by the river. He's okay-ish, I guess. He stayed for a while, but he's just all mushrooms and plants and shit.
Well, you know, now there's going to be plenty of people around.
Oh, fuck.
Well, we'll put in a good word for you.
Sure. We were living together, like... Well, I meant we're living peacefully together, the mistress and I. It was calm and everything. I'd like it to remain that way.
Have you spoken with the spirit of the forest?
Who's that?
I'm trying to find her name in my notes.
Gliana.
Gliana.
I don't know.
She claims to be the protector of this entire wood.
She's not doing a good job, let me tell you that. See how many things have tried attacking the mistress? It's just, if it's not goblins, it's basilisks. If it's not basilisk, it's like giant vultures. Those ones, we couldn't petrify them because they fell and then they broke in pieces, and that.
About that, Jack. We came across two of these basilisks in the wood.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but they moved.
Ha! I mean, it's a mistress nearby. She's probably coming home. She loves to rearrange the statues, as she calls them. It's like something about the chia, the thing. I think like when you rearrange them, it gives seeds. I don't get exactly how it works. I don't know what that word is.
Neither do I.
Might just be a prank. She's a good nature sort.
So you say she might be close.
Oh yeah. If you want to remain here for a bit, I don't know how
If it
long.
would be no trouble, Jack, I would like to meet your mistress so that we may establish communications.
Man, no problem.
Well, I mean, she's gonna be having neighbors soon, so might as well.
I know what I can do. Here. Oh, wait, go back to the common room. We're not supposed to be in the bedroom. We've
I
stayed
go
here
back
for
to
too
the
long.
common room.
All right. And he comes back a few minutes later with a square wooden box, and on one side is like this hole that's been cut in it, and there's like a small grill on it, and it's like encased in a sort of like copper circlet or whatever. Ring. You're not too sure what it is, but he hands it to one of you.
I accept it.
Alright. So,
What is this, Jack?
oh, it's I call them a find me box. You'll see. Look, hold it.
I hold it.
And he runs away. And he slams the door.
I continue holding the box.
And then a minute passes. And from the box you hear,
Find me.
Oh, so look at this. This is basically a Jack in a Box.
Oh,
badoomts.
I think
Find me.
I think I think you're meant to speak back into it, Kawh.
Find me.
Can you hear me,
Find me.
Jack?
Yeah, but find me.
I step outside of the hut.
He's like behind a tree, like 20 feet away, cackling to himself. He's like, find me.
Jack, I believe you are right there.
Oh, hi. Yeah, so this is how it works. You can keep it, and once the mistress comes in, I'll ask you to find me. But I'll be here. That's how you know where I am.
Indeed.
It works. So, it's not gonna work for long, though. So if it ever stops working, or like you never hear my voice ever again, come back here.
These seem very helpful, Jack.
Are you able to like turn it off, or is it like just permanently powered?
So, I can hear everything you say while you're holding it.
That's a bit awkward.
No, because I can transmit that information to like passing merchants and everything, and they know what to sell you. I
Which
get revenue
passing
from that.
merchants do you trade with?
There's like this duo of goblins.
yeah, we saw those guys.
Yeah. Don't trust them. They normally steal back what they sell. I know that's how I got my forge. But otherwise, you'd have to go beyond the mountain.
Which direction?
He gives you the direction for something that I am going to show on the map, but you guys are gonna have to go like almost all the way up. It is whoops, sorry. Here.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Oh, yeah. My bad. It's because
I see
yeah, I was on the DM layer. I'm pinging it.
Oh, okay. All right. So
For our viewers who couldn't see, there you go. I just moved it up.
that's the gate that.
The
Yeah.
gate in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So he says far, far away. It's kind of hard to get there, so you only go there if you like hear of a good deal. That's why I never go. But that's where I come from. We're pretty okay as far as goblins go. Not too
What
much
r-
internal strife.
What race are the people who live there?
I just said goblins.
Yeah. You're not listening, Kawh.
They don't come out anymore because of the monsters.
What sort of monsters?
dragon.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a moment of silence.
I
A dragon, you say?
Yeah.
Dragons, he said, with an S.
There's quite a few in the mountains.
About 17 of them.
That'd be fairly accurate.
What kinds of items do these goblins have that would be worth traveling there, Jack?
To be fair, I don't know. The last thing I picked up when I left home, and he rummages in his pocket and he pulls out a crystal dragon chess pawn. It's been lying around. I thought I could like replicate them and make an entire like chess set with it. I don't really have any people to play with because the mistress says I don't play by the rules, so she sucks.
I know of a rumored kobold who claims to be the best in the world.
Well, Jack, do you have a set here?
I have to make it.
Oh, well, once you make it, I'd be happy to play with you.
Well, sure. I mean, I couldn't play with anyone because the mistress doesn't want me to play with, so because don't play by the rules. But yeah, if your kobold friend or hey, what's your name? Customary holding out of hand.
Oh, I shake his hand. I'm
Customary.
Prof S.E.
Hi,
Sylvester.
S.E. So you're Prof S.E. Sylvester? That's pretty long. I'm gonna call you S.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, no, if you want, I can go right now and start to build one.
I think that would be that's a great idea. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to leave though, because I'm not supposed to let strangers in the house if I'm outside.
Well, I mean, you know who we are, so we're not exactly strangers anymore, right?
Yeah, but I'm not an idiot either. You're gonna loot the whole place out. I mean, that's what I'd do.
You and I come from different cultures, Jack. I would not loot your house.
You're a
But I
funeral.
understand why you think that way.
I know. Strangers are
Well,
horrible.
it's been a pleasure, Jack. Do let us know when your mistress comes back via your walkie-talkie box. And
It's a find me box. Thank you.
Yeah, find me. Same difference.
All right. Well,
Well,
nice meeting you all. And that laser guy who doesn't talk much, but
Yeah, later, Jack.
I say
See them,
goodbye
then.
in Goblin.
he answers in very rusty goblinoid. He says in goblinoid, "Goodbye, toilet, supper."
I internally smile because my beak can't smile.
So you guys go outside.
I guess we make our way down to camp.
Yeah.
You know, with I don't know how many hexes we have left in the day.
That would be 1.5 more X.
so we'll be just next to it.
But you can
we
go
could-
you can go fast pace and just like hoof it back to the Boron.
I think that would be the best idea.
Yeah, let's do that. We've been away for a few days. They're probably all dead by now. We'll fast travel there.
So you get
You
to,
can't because there's enemies nearby.
so it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean
Oh, right there.
you'd have to walk overnight. But whatever. You can get there easily. Well, overnight. Like I mean, the sun has gone down, you still have another 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll get there at midnight.
Yeah, but
I,
like
I think we'll be safe traveling through the forest at night with my blessing. Like monsters or like animals and stuff won't attack us. So
Plus, it's fairly easy enough to find the village once you exit the forest because of the ring of torches and everything. So it's like, oh, okay, it makes enough light. By the end of the... So you guys were gone for 4.5 days. There's already a longhouse built.
Nice.
Most of it is built. Like, the roof is still, parts of the roof are still missing and everything. But, like, the foundations and the logs to make the 4 walls have been built up. And they've managed to seal part of it in case it rains or anything. But, like, it's going well. And that's where we're going to have to stop the game. However, I want to know before we leave, guys, do you want to start at this new settlement next game? Who among your character wishes to stay there?
Kawh definitely would, just to make sure that they respect nature in the forest.
All right.
Just to like to instill it enough with them. Like, this is a big deal, guys. Don't mess this up.
Don't
like,
fuck up.
for the love of God, this isn't gonna go well for you.
The professor would actually like to go back to the original place just to note down that
Sure.
2 basilisk spot on the map, even though we kind of figured out what was going on, but it's not completely
No
sure.
problem. So you would start back at the trading post. And what about Mukluk?
Yeah, he's gonna stay in the settlement
All right.
because they'll need the help if they
Cool.
get attacked.
So
or-
also, Sylvester, as you're going back to the trading post, you can also notify everybody that, hey, look, there's a new settlement. It's right all the way over there.
Yeah, I
And,
think we do warn people about like the settlement and Jack, who can.
Oh
do
no,
it
but what
with
I
us.
mean is, like, tell One-Eyed Max and everybody at the trading post
Okay.
that, like, the Boar Run now officially exists.
But we do mention that. I think.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we do. At least I do.
If you guys can assume that if you put something on the map, anybody in the tavern can see it. That doesn't mean that they know what it is, but they know it exists. So, let's just go through outros, and we'll do opposite order that we did the intro. So we'll start with our newest player. Who are
You
you?
sure that's a good?
What do you do? Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at on Twitter at KTrapmaker, Kobold Trapmaker. I don't do a lot right now, though I'm hopefully going to start a blog soon. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
I'm Pascal. I played Mukluk, and you can find me on Age of Arcana every week and on Twitter at LaFalatSir.
I am Quentin. Simon had a great time. As always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Dragon. I don't post a whole lot, but I definitely like and retweet a bunch of stuff. So
I've seen that. And I'm Wondering DM. This is the channel. Anyway, if you're here, you know who I am. Starting next week, Age of Arcana will be only on Saturdays for at least until the end of November. After which we might do go back on Fridays as well. Do interchanging Fridays, so fortnightly on Fridays. But otherwise, we're gonna be only on Saturdays for a couple of weeks. The entire schedule and everything should be up hopefully this weekend, so that my Twitch page doesn't look completely barren. And so you can find our group, Age of Arcana, every Saturday at 11 a.m. EST. On Tuesdays in 2 weeks, we're starting season 2 of Star Wars Points of Light. If you're interested, so you have like 2 weeks to catch up on all 14 or 13 original episodes because we lost episode 2. And what was that? What was the other one? Yeah, Friday, starting September 28th, you can watch the Witcher RPG that we're starting here. So at potentially 8 p.m. EST. So thank you everyone for coming. I think my brain's starting to lag again because it's late on a Friday. So ciao everyone, thanks for coming, and see you again tomorrow morning. Bye bye.